This is the Once Over podcast. We're your hosts.
Nick.
I'm Jill. And we're going to talk about whatever comes to mind. Perfect time to start a podcast in October. Like, what better time?
Yes.
Because who wouldn't have something to talk about? Right?
In the night of fright.
Exactly. Like Halloween. I am so excited. I'm a grown-ass adult, and I am so excited for Halloween.
So, what's your costume this year?
Don't know yet.
You haven't even picked it yet?
I don't even have a costume yet. Doesn't even matter.
Oh, boy.
I'm still super excited. What's yours?
I don't have one yet.
Yeah, all right.
But I'm excited.
So we love Halloween so much, and we don't have costumes yet.
I'm not much of a cosplayer, though. So, I don't have the skills to make a costume very well.
Oh, me either.
No?
But I would, I have kids, so dressing them up, I get more enjoyment out of it, but if I had somewhere to go, I'd dress up, for sure.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
If you had, like, a Halloween party or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm a loser, though. I don't go out much, so I come over here.
Oh, there you go. Well, you might be in luck, because we might be having a Halloween party.
Ooh.
Possibly. Yeah.
Excellent.
We don't know yet. I'm debating on if I actually want to or not. So.
Oh, no, that's pretty cool.
But what did you... I have to point this out already, but you told me that your kid wants to go as something kind of ridiculous, and I have to get you to share it because it's funny.
My oldest is 4, and he wants to go as a fan.
Like a fan though.
Yep.
Like.
Yep. He wants to go as a fan.
Like fan, like blowing air fan.
Yep.
Yeah.
An oscillating fan or a box fan. He would.
But he's all up on the fan knowledge though, right?
Oh yeah, no, he's already doing like reviews, but to himself.
Oh god.
Like he'll go to a fan and be like, "Hi guys," and like. But he won't be talking to anybody.
In the making.
Oh yeah, no.
You just gotta film him doing this, and then.
I would really like to. He'd be like, "Oh, this fan has 4 blades, and it pushes the air this way." And
RPM on this fan is ridiculous. It's so good.
Exactly. He'd be like, "And there's a RAM motor in it." And
so he goes into detail.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Absolutely, and because we have the baby monitor in his room.
Yeah.
Because I have another kid, and she's younger, so. And we'll have the other piece out in the living room, and all of a sudden we'll just hear him talking to himself about fans. So it's weird.
He'll just sit and talk about fans.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
And he'll just be describing it. He's like, "This is a black fan. It stands this high."
Some kids see ghosts. Some kids
see fans. I don't know.
Is he talking to like a fan? Is there a fan in his room though?
Oh yeah.
Oh okay. So he's talking to a fan.
No,
he's not seeing like an invisible fan being like,
"No,
this is the greatest thing ever."
I'd be a little more concerned, I think. But he's 4. You know, he likes fan. He wants to go as a fan for Halloween. Whatever, that's fine.
Okay, sure.
I still bought him a dinosaur costume just in case that changes. But you never know.
You might get ridiculed as you go door to door.
Yeah, well, I remember.
What's your other daughter going on?
My other kid.
Your other kid, yeah.
Dinosaur.
She's. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you have 2 dinosaur costumes.
I do.
Oh, okay.
I picked
Are they
one
2
up.
different ones though?
They are.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least you didn't like.
They're not going to be the
costume.
same. No, I'm not going to be that cheap. I don't think. But
I don't know if that's cheap or just kind of.
Yeah, it's cheating.
Well, let's say tacky. It's tacky.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
If they're twins, I understand that, but they're.
There's 3.
Yeah,
I almost said 3 hours difference. There's 3 years difference.
3 hours difference. That's quite the feat.
That's hardcore. But last year when he went, he kept trying to go in people's houses.
Just like walk right in.
Oh yeah. He didn't give a shit. He was just like, "Trick or treat," and he'd be like, "I come in," and like he would walk in and be like, "Nobody.
No, stay.
Can't do that." But
I think I remember seeing him not last year. The year before.
Been the year before, yeah.
He went
as Batman.
Yeah, he went as Batman. I remember that.
Yeah, and I actually also bought him another Batman costume, just in case. But when I bought my daughter her dinosaur costume, he wanted to wear it. He was actually quite jealous, so I was like, crap. So I
Gotta
just
go
bought
get
him
another one.
I bought him another one.
Yeah.
And the perks of working at a thrift store.
There you go.
So that way they both dress up as dinosaurs and run around the house like at least once a day. So, but I
like
did
they're wearing it like now.
Oh yeah.
Just running around.
Yeah, I can't.
Well, I wouldn't stop them doing that.
No,
I mean, come on.
It's entertaining.
Yeah,
say the
say
least.
that. Yeah.
But
Sit and watching TV and a dinosaur runs across the room.
Yep. Sure. Yeah, they're super cute. Super cute. But no, they're really excited. My youngest, of course, she was way too young last year, so she doesn't understand yet.
How old is she? She's what?
She'll
Two?
be like
No.
1.5. Not quite
okay.
two. Not quite two. So, but as soon as she realizes
that there's candy involved.
Candy, she's gonna be the one we have to keep out of people's houses.
She'll run right in.
She will rob them blind for food. So, it's gonna be fun. I'm really excited to take them this year. I might dress up. I don't know yet. My ideal costume is either a Claire Redfield or Jill Valentine.
Oh,
I would absolutely love to go as them.
If anybody hasn't noticed, you're wearing the umbrella. Yeah.
I got my Resident Evil sweater on. And a Resident Evil bracelet. Huh?
I didn't even notice that.
That's
cool. Yeah.
People think it's a medical alert bracelet.
Oh, what do you have?
It's like, you have something wrong with you. I'm like, no.
That's when you just say I'm allergic to bullshit.
Yeah, basically. I'm allergic to bullshit.
I'm allergic to bullshit. I have to leave.
Yeah, excuse me. Have to go. But yeah, I would love to go dress up.
So as who was it? Claire
Redfield.
Okay.
Or Jill Valentine.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, probably more so Jill because my name's Jill. And
you relate to Jill?
Yeah, and I love her. So.
Okay. It'd be a pretty easy costume, I think.
I think so too. I don't think it'd be too
What
bad.
kind of work would be involved in something like that?
Just trying to probably find something that would fit, but the same color and style. I think. Was it Jill or was it Claire that had the torn cargo shorts and the vest and all that? That was Claire.
Okay, yeah. That's the only one that I can kind of remember from the movies.
Yeah.
That's what you're referring to. I take it the movies.
No, the games for sure. Cause
did they modeled it after the character though on the game, right?
Vaguely, because
I didn't play the games.
That's probably gonna have to be a discussion for another podcast because I will be able to go on for literally hours.
We will have a whole Resident Evil.
We will do a special, absolutely, because I'm super excited
we'll
for that.
Special.
Maybe I'll have my outfit done by then.
There you go. Yeah.
I'll just walk in dressed up and be like, what the fuck are you doing? But for October, I think my favorite thing is watching horror movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what kind of horror movies exactly?
Oh my goodness. Anything and everything. Even now, this is a tad bit pre-recorded, but I'm already into watching horror movies. Every night we have to watch something scary.
What have you watched? What was the last thing you watched?
I have the worst memory ever. So the last thing that
B movie horror, or
I'm all about the B movies. All about the B movies.
Okay.
Last one was actually The Happening. Was literally the last movie that we watched, so it would kind of play into that. It doesn't hold up as well now. I don't even know how long ago.
So it was a pretty old movie.
It. Oh no, The Fly was another one too, because we were talking about that the other day, and with Jeff Goldblum in it, Goldblum, whatever the hell you want to say it, and what's her name? I keep wanting to say Gina Davis. I can't remember.
I don't know. I don't know any actors from those really crappy B movies.
Oh man. Well, they're pretty big actors, so.
Well, I mean, that's maybe they're a big actor. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's Gina Davis. She's not
I wouldn't consider them to be big actors. I don't think.
Jeff Goldblum, really.
Who's that?
Oh man, Jurassic Park. Um,
See, I didn't know that. Wait, which one was he on?
First Jurassic Park.
Which one? Which guy was he?
I'm trying to think of, and I'm probably gonna get beat when I go home if Dusty watches this, and I can't remember his name. Shit. Malcolm something. Malcolm something. He.
You know way more than I do. I don't know anything about
That's terrible.
the kind of horror stuff.
I watch
Anyways,
a lot of stuff.
so Fly.
I don't remember.
He.
And I would say late 80s, early 90s, I think.
I do remember watching it, like, at a friend's house, probably way after it came out.
Oh, yeah.
But it was still, like, an old movie at the time that I watched it, and that was, like, 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it's definitely old, but it still holds up so well, and he acts just phenomenal in it. I'm not a big fan of his, anyways, because he's just kind of weird for me. But that movie was so good, just the way that they actually filmed it. And they use I'm still going to say animatronics, but I'm not sure if that's exactly the right word for it. But the way that they did it, like the goopiness and...
When it was like coming, all the goop was coming off.
Yeah.
When he came out of the machine, you're talking about that part.
Oh,
right?
yeah. And he does transform... spoilers. He does...
If you haven't seen the movie that is like 30-some years old...
Yeah.
Jill is now going to ruin it for you.
Yep.
Congrats.
So he turns into a fly. But throughout the movie, he's slowly turning.
So it's a gradual thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And by the end of it, I mean, like, his face busts open, like, shit's falling off him and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The way that they did that was way more terrifying than what you would find in a horror movie today.
Yeah.
For me, anyway, like...
When you say, like, what you find in a horror movie today, are you referring to, like, just the gore horror movies? That's more of, like, about, like, how much blood can you get on screen before, you know what I mean? Like...
Well, a lot of it's CG, and it just doesn't look right. It
Yeah.
doesn't have the same horror feel to it.
Yeah.
So, and even like the old Hellraiser movies did the same thing. Like, had the slime and skeletons and like the meat falling off the bones, but actually like physically doing that.
Yeah.
So
they like filmed it.
Yeah.
Kind of just rotting basically, and then
So when you have horror movies today and it's all CG and you see like the blood spurting out, it's just like
some dude with a tube just squeezing it.
Yeah, exactly. Just
like
pump under his coat and it just yeah. So it doesn't have the same feel.
It's different, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's not like it was back then, that's for sure.
Oh God, no.
I really do like the oh man, Evil Dead movies. I do like those Evil Dead movies, and like
do you like the older one better than the newer one?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
The newer one was it was okay. It was scary, you know, like whatever, and it was a remake, obviously. So it wasn't like I wasn't really expecting it to be good, anyways. I was going in being like
it would be different.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and that's how I usually like to go into movies that I don't want to have really high expectations for.
No, absolutely, because then you're not disappointed.
And then it just comes out as like, okay, cool. It was like its own thing. It's you know, it's cool. I like it. They put a lot of work into it. Good job. You know.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. quite glad. I truly love the old Evil Deads. Bruce Campbell, he's such a good B.
I love Bruce Campbell. He's so
horror
funny.
movie actor. For the remake, quick funny little story. So it was in theaters and we were so excited to go see it, like so excited. And I was about 8 months pregnant with my son, so I didn't truly know what to expect either. So we went in and it scared me so bad that my husband Dusty thought I was going to give birth there. So it scared the shit out of me, and I have not been able to watch it since. And it's not...
You found it that scary?
Oh, yeah. And...
You haven't watched it since?
Nope. And he's been trying to get me to watch it because it's on Netflix, and I'm just... Nope,
you should.
I can't.
Yeah. Why not? Like, what was so scary about it? Because I don't remember it being that scary. I remember watching it and being like, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, and it's not... I mean, it scared me, and a lot of it was the makeup to it.
Okay,
Because they did it up very well. and it just freaked me out. So, and at that time, anytime I would stay at mom's, in the porch, they actually have that stupid fucking door that's in the movie that like
that
the
goes
demon
up.
is underneath, right? They have one of those that opens from the floor. So
Like every time you go in there, do you step around it or do you like run across?
oh, I
it
avoid
quickly?
it absolutely. I try not to go near it because it freaks me out. So
You should padlock it.
yeah, I'd like to. I'd really like to. But anytime I would be by myself in the house, I would like my mind would freak me out so much.
Would you start hearing voices coming from it?
Oh yeah, like I would turn all the lights on and like peek around the corners if I had to go pee or something. Like, and we were in the old apartment then, so there wasn't a lot of doors and corners to walk around. I slept with the lights on a couple of times, just because.
Because of that.
Yeah, I would have nightmares.
Seriously?
And yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, that's.
I know it's terrible.
Well, it's not terrible.
It's terrible, but it just freaked me out that much.
That's kind of funny. I mean, like, and when you're saying like if you stayed there, you had to turn the light on. You're saying this is only like a few years ago. This isn't like when you were a kid, right?
Oh yeah, no. This was only
this is
like
a couple
this
years
is when
ago.
it come out, right? And that was
Yeah.
what.
That would have been like 4 or 5 years ago.
Well, yeah. If I was pregnant with my son, that would have been 4 years ago. So it's not like I was a kid. I was still. But I have a very.
She was not 10 years old.
No, I was not. But and with the old Evil Deads, because they made it more of a comedy kind of, it was still scary.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So see, the first one was like it was scary and kind of funny at the same time, but I don't think they
meant to do it.
I really don't think they meant to make it funny. I don't know if that's true or not. Whatever. Like
they probably originally didn't, but then for the second one, I'm pretty sure it's been a while since I watched it. I'm pretty sure that one's more funny.
Yes, that I
first
think
one.
after the first one they were like, we accidentally made something funny. I think we should do it again, but
And it's a
this
culture.
time purposely make it funny.
Yeah.
But it's like a funny horror one, which I kind of like. So.
Oh yeah, I do too.
I like that kind of like.
Absolutely.
It's pretty good, and I do really like, Ash versus Evil Dead and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I do as well. Has there
Army
ever
of Darkness
been...
and
Oh yeah,
the movies and all that kind of stuff.
That's on my list to watch soon.
What's that?
Army of Darkness.
Again?
Because it's on Netflix.
So. Oh, is it? Oh, I
yeah.
should watch that.
Has there ever been a movie that you've been so scared that like you haven't watched again?
Well, you know what? It's funny too because this actually kind of involves you, and I don't think I ever told you or my brother or anyone this before either. Back when we used to stay at your house every once in a while, you guys locked me in one of the rooms once, and you made me watch Mars Attacks.
Oh my god!
And it scared I was young, and it scared me so much. You guys locked me in the room, and you were like, "Stay in here and watch Mars Attacks."
Oh
Done.
my god!
And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh shit!
After I don't know how long that movie is, but I don't think I watched that movie ever since.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
for whatever reason.
Shit.
We
were assholes.
Russell.
Yeah.
And Ryan.
Was he there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ryan was there. I would assume Ryan was there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you guys were like. I don't know what your actual plan was. But
I
you were
don't
like,
know.
Stay in here, watch Mars Attacks, and then you just kind of left me in the room and like locked the door on me. I was oh
no. So I might as well watch it. Ah, shit.
I had nothing else to do.
We were assholes. Big time assholes.
Oh, another one too but I did watch this movie since too. It was the same thing. It was at your guys' place there. And you, Ryan, and Russ, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it was just you and Russ. I don't know if Ryan was there. Can't remember. You were all out in the living room watching Chucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That couldn't have been me.
No?
No.
Maybe it could have been Ryan and Russ then. Possible.
It very well could
Anyways,
have been.
So, if anyone doesn't know, Russ is my brother. And
Ryan's my brother. We are related.
Yes. And I remember sneaking out into the living room and like waiting kind of like behind the corner and like watching the movie.
I was probably with you then.
You could have been, yeah.
That would have. I remember doing that, hiding behind the couch.
It could have been
watching that. And I have been terrified of dolls ever since.
I haven't really
It
been
traumatized
terrified
me.
of dolls, but I remember sitting there watching it and thinking like, holy crap, like, this is scary. And I remember for the longest time afterward too, even though I don't think this had any part of the movie, I was so scared to go in my basement afterward because I just thought he was going to be...
basement sucked to begin with.
Yeah. I always just thought he was going to be behind the stairs and like just kind of, you know, come out and...
Oh, God.
I was terrified to go down there. And like, if I ever had to, I'd run down real quick, flick the light on, and be like, all right, cool, I'm safe.
It's like, I can see
Made it!
Oh, basements are terrible.
Yes.
Child's Play would probably have to be another one for me. I can watch the movies now because they're dumb. Like, they're just really stupid to me. But when I was...
Oh,
like,
completely, yeah.
I remember crying so hard. And I made my brother go in and throw out all my dolls before I could go to sleep that night. And he was
like, no,
so mad at me. Because I'm pretty sure I ratted him out to Mom. And Mom
That
was
he made
not
you...
happy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
She
funny.
was not happy because I cried a lot. I was terrified of the dark. That just did not help. So, and...
So it goes to show that old movies are way scarier. I think,
oh, hell yeah.
I don't think...
You don't have that same feel
You really don't.
you do
and,
today.
Like, when I saw the first Saw movie, like when it came out, it was just kind of like...
They were trying to do something different because they, in that genre, I don't even know how you peg it because it would be like...
It's like gore, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Gore and...
Thriller, I guess, maybe?
Yeah, I guess.
Because you had that, like, you didn't really know what was going on. But now they overplayed it. It's so overdone.
Oh,
and there's a
completely.
new one coming out.
Another one.
Yep, I think it's just called Jigsaw, possibly.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We tried to watch all of them, and we can't do it.
How many are there? There must be
there's like
5.
No, there's more than that, I think. There's 7 or 8.
Seriously?
This might be 7 or 8, I can't remember. But...
See, I just stopped caring after the
No,
first one.
exactly.
I didn't care.
Exactly.
I think I actually know what. I might have saw... Maybe that was a
Saw?
parody.
You saw Saw?
I saw Saw.
Saw.
I might have saw one. Was Dr. Phil ever in one? Or was that a parody
that was
thing?
like Scary Movie.
Oh, Scary Movie. Okay,
or
so
Scary
that's
Movie
what I
2.
saw. Yeah, that's what I saw. Okay.
Because it was Dr. Phil and Shaq, I think.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember Dr. Phil, and I was like, this is really weird. I
Yeah.
couldn't remember if it was a Saw movie or not.
I think that was Scary Movie 2 at the beginning. But yeah.
Those movies are weird too, but I do like them because they're funny horror movies basically. And
for
they're
sure.
good. Yeah.
Well, and that kind of brings you back to the Scream movies too, because that's basically what they're making fun of for the first one. At least.
Well.
Second one
Are
they were in
that?
the.
Yeah.
Second one they were in the castle type thing. I think they were making fun of House on Haunted Hill.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Possibly, but the first one I remember, Mom took me to the theaters to go see it.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was so embarrassed. So fucking embarrassed.
It was so weird. I mean, it was a good movie. It was funny at the time. It was.
At the time, I haven't watched it forever. I don't know if it still holds up well or not.
I remember small pieces of it, and you know what? I think it might.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that it holds up. Go watch it.
Yeah, go watch it. Well, like the 4th or 5th one, because they made made fun of Signs, or Signs or War of the Worlds. I can't remember.
Oh, it was Signs because it had Michael Jackson. I remember that.
Jesus.
And he was under the sheet.
Oh,
you remember that? I remember that because that was funny. I do remember that.
I just remember the plane. There was a plane crash. I can't.
The only thing I remember is Michael Jackson under the sheet.
Shit.
Like anything else about it.
For movies like that, I pick out certain pieces. Like I remember the 2 chicks driving in the car. I can't even remember which movie it was, and shit. The black chick there, I can't remember what her name was, but she was sleeping and the blonde chick was driving. God, I can't remember names right now.
I don't know either. I know who the blonde girl is that you're talking about.
Goodness. Me too.
She's in a TV show now. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, and I just remember the black chick, she was sleeping. She's like, "Oh, R. Kelly, don't pee on me," and I lost it. I was like, "That was just the funniest fucking thing."
I don't remember that. Oh,
yeah, that was my favorite part. But comedy horror movies are all right. Like they have to be done well for me to truly enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah. But I still like.
So would you say that for like comedy horror wise, what was the best like comedy horror thing that you can think of that would have been done really well? Because the one that I would have to say right away would be Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
Like that right there, that is like comedy horror.
I would probably say something with Bruce Campbell in it.
Yeah.
Would have to be my favorite. I have not seen the Tucker and Dale versus Evil yet.
Oh, you know what though? That was good. That was really good too.
Yeah, see, I've been wanting to watch it, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
I laughed so hard in that movie.
Really?
Oh my god,
I'm glad.
Like, it was funny. Oh, yeah, I loved it.
No, I do want to see that one, but I'm more right now. I'm on a kick to watch old '80s horror movies. Like,
have you gone through like? Actually, I don't know if those are '80s or not. Like the Friday movies.
We haven't done it yet. I'm sure we're gonna be watching them soon.
Have you gone through Elm Street?
Not yet. I usually watch those two around the same time. Like I'll watch one and I'll watch the other.
Yeah. Okay.
Like right now, we just watched the third Hellraiser. That was another one that we watched. Because I haven't seen that one in a while. I really enjoyed the Hellraiser movies.
What is the plot to Hellraiser? I don't think I've ever seen Hellraiser.
Ooh, the first two are the best. After that, it's just like super cheesy.
So like, what is it? Is he like a demon? Is he from hell?
Oh yeah, basically they bring out the pleasures of, you could say the pleasures of hell. So there's a box, and whoever opens the box releases the Cenobites, and they're like the demons or whatever.
Okay.
And then they're like, pleasures, blah blah blah, flesh and all this shit, and whoever opens the box, like, you kind of have to get away from the Cenobites because they're trying to take you to hell and make you like what they are, right? But to me, it's more of the backstory of the Cenobites, how they became what they are. Like,
so it's not really about Hellraiser then, is it? Or like
Pinhead's the main dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's the main bad guy.
Okay. Yeah.
And Kirsty is the chick in the first and second one, and she's trying to send them back to hell.
Okay.
Because her uncle released them, and he was trying to avoid them.
Okay.
Like, avoid going back to hell. Spoilers. Shit.
Too late.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you haven't watched it already, like, fuck. Just fuck. But the backstory towards it, like, Pinhead's story. Like, it throughout the movies,
it just kind of fills you in.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's one, and his name, I'm pretty sure, was Chatter, and it's a Cenobite. Like, can't remember if he has eyes or not, but his teeth is exposed, and he's just like chattering his teeth the whole time.
Oh, okay.
He's actually like a little kid. So this little kid got a hold of the box somehow, and became a Cenobite. So like I was always fascinated with the backstories. Like Butterball, he was
that's kind of cool.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Like, and can't remember if it was the princess or queen, but like her throat is slit and like pulled open, and she like.
So do they look like people?
Or yeah, they do, but like.
See, that's how much I've even looked into it.
You should watch it.
I probably will, actually. That seems like
I make Dusty watch it every year, and he hates it.
He hates
it. He thinks it's terrible. But I mean, it kind of is, but I still enjoy it.
Yeah.
Same with him for the Jason movies. Like, he's such a Jason nut that, like, I find the older ones are really cheesy.
They're so brutal to get through.
Oh, I know. I have to be drunk. Drunk or on drugs, one of the two. Okay, so we had to take a quick little break because we had to reset the camera.
It only goes for like 30 minutes. So.
Yeah, we only have a 30-minute time limit on it. So we were talking about Friday 13th and Jason, but we're going to save a lot of that discussion for another episode that we're going to be doing. So stay tuned for that.
That should be the second one, actually. I think it should be.
Yeah, I think that is going to be the second episode. Yeah. So I did want to mention, like, for the old horror movies that I think are so well done, like Alien would have to be on top of my list. It's just such a good fucking movie.
Alien and Predator. Those movies are amazing.
Absolutely.
The ones together, I'm not saying the ones together are good, because they're not.
It's like a filler. It's something to watch.
It's something to keep you wanting a little more.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's put it that way.
The first Alien has to be my favorite.
The first Alien movie? Really?
Yep. Out of all of them.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's just because you have, basically you're fighting against the one alien. And you have that, like, is it in the shadows? And you're on such a big ship.
Yeah. I'd say that would probably be my favorite Alien as well. If it wasn't that one, I would probably say it'd be like the second one.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's in a, like, different category in itself, really. Because it's a good action horror movie. Yeah. So I still love that one so much. But the first one scared me the most, I think. Yeah. Absolutely. I think, and the second Predator movie had to be my favorite. I mean, Schwarzenegger is great. But, like, the second one, because they were in the city. Like.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And it, shit, what was his name? Danny Glover? The black guy.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was him.
That was my favorite.
I will say, though, like, out of the Predator movies, I really did like the originals and everything like that. Mm-hmm. I will say the remake that they did was actually really good, and I enjoyed it.
I only seen it the once. That's with Adrian Brody, right? That one? They get dropped on the planet in the crates or something?
It has, oh, God.
Topher Grace was in it.
Yeah, it has Topher Grace. And
terrible venom.
You know what? Ignore that. Just pretend like it never happened, because...
Oh, I do.
Okay.
I do.
I loved it. I absolutely loved that one. It was awesome. It was so good.
I didn't dislike it. I can't remember, because I only seen it the once.
There's one thing in it that bugged me. That bugged me really bad about it. Is the dude that apparently was stranded there forever. Who, you never ever find him in the ship? I think it was I can't remember the...
I don't remember anything really. I just remember them getting put on the planet.
Yeah, they get put on the planet, and like it's all the people or whatever, and they figure out that they're being hunted and all that kind of jazz. Whatever, like
they figure out what's going on.
Basically, well, they figure something is killing them, right? Yeah. And I can't remember if they know what it is at the time. They probably do know what it is at the time. Anyways, they find
Were they prisoners? Like, they were sentenced to death or whatever, and then put on the planet? Is that...
No, I don't...
I can't remember how that went.
Oh, God. I don't know. I can't remember the reason for them being there now.
Okay.
Anyways, when they drop on the planet, all the stuff happens. They eventually kind of, like, find this ship that has been there, and, it's all overgrown and all that kind of stuff, or kind of, I think. Anyways, they get on board or whatever, and they find somebody in there, and he's like, I've been here for whatever, like, I'm no food, no water, and everything like that. Yet, he is so fat.
And I'm just like, you've been eating. Like,
bull crap, you're starving.
Yeah.
Like, you got some meat on you, man. Like,
he'd be so how do you say that? Emancipated?
If he was actually there for the amount of time that he said. Because I remember coming out of that movie and being like,
that didn't make sense.
No. I don't believe that. Like, I was kind of disappointed in that aspect of, like, the actor didn't go to the extent of,
Yeah, realizing that.
Like, oh, wait, maybe I should, like...
That's such an overlooked...
And I don't even know if it's like... and it's a little weird.
Yeah.
I didn't really agree too much with that one. But overall, story and everything like that was awesome. The action in it was cool. Loved it. Yeah. And the Predators looked wicked too.
Yeah.
Yeah, death scenes were pretty good too.
That's one I'll have to rewatch, because like I said, I only really seen it the once when it came out. And so I'll have to rewatch that one.
The best action scene that I remember from it, and I don't even remember how it ends.
I don't even remember how it ends.
One of the guys has like a sword or whatever with him.
Yeah.
And
is it
he gets
machete?
What?
Machete?
No.
I'm pretty sure that guy's in it, is he not?
He might be. I don't know.
Can't remember his real name. I just know him as Machete.
one of the guys has like a pretty much like a samurai sword or something, and he gets into like a sword fight with a predator.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Do you remember that happening? No,
but that would be pretty cool. Was he Asian? I feel like they would go stereotypic.
You know what? He might have been. Yeah, he might have been. I'd have to watch it again. I just remember it being good, and I remember little like flickers in my head of being like, "This happened." That happened. You know what I mean?
Bits
like
and pieces.
And I just have good experiences from it. So whatever they did worked.
Yeah,
so, and I'd watch it again like 100%. So.
No, yeah. I'll rewatch that one. Like we just watched all of the Alien movies not that long ago because I have to go through them at least once a year.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure we just watched them, so we won't watch it for Halloween.
So when was the last time you watched it? Like how
just like a couple of months ago.
Oh, so not even that long.
Oh yeah, no. Now the third movie though, I do have to admit, if you watch the I want to say director's cut possibly, like it adds an additional 18 minutes or something of footage.
Okay.
Makes it a completely different movie. I used to hate it. I used to hate the third one so much.
Okay. How does it change it? In what aspect does it?
It
like
just
more plot points, or does it like fill in gaps, or does it take away certain things that you wouldn't?
It doesn't really take away anything, but it adds to it. Like it makes it have more sense, I guess.
Okay.
Like,
and in the 18 minutes that they added, what?
Pretty sure it was 18 minutes.
Or whatever time they added.
Yeah.
Who knows? 5 minutes. I don't know. Anyways, did it add like to the initial plot to it, or was it like the side plots, or because there's always, I find always in movies there's like a main plot and
there is
always
because
like
it's
a side plot going on at the same time.
What would you call it? Would you call it a penal colony? Penal colony, colony, because it's a prison planet.
Yeah.
Right. And if I'm not mistaken, it adds more to their story than the main story. I'd have to rewatch it again. Fuck, so bad at that. But because every time I saw it, I was like, I absolutely hate this movie. Like I almost hated it more than 4, the Resurrection. And
Resurrection was really bad.
It was a terrible movie. But I hated 3 that much. But
I don't remember 3 being that bad though. Like even I don't remember watching it and thinking like, wow, this is like terrible.
I used to.
I don't know. I don't remember.
With the additional footage, it completely changed my mind. I was like, wow, this is really good. Not that I can remember what happens. But, because Newt died at the very start with Hicks. Like, straight out.
Yeah.
And I think it might explain more of why the ship crashed and all that. But it made it a lot better for me, anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I'll watch that over and over and over again. Resurrection, I'm like,
Yeah.
It did nothing for me. I thought it was dumb with the stupid human alien thing at the end. And they're all like, mama. Like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But, and that kind of brings it to Prometheus, too, because I didn't like Prometheus.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I liked how it ended, and that was it. Everything else, like, if they just, this is going to sound really stupid, if they just released, like, certain, like, clips from it, and then just put the ending of that on.
It would make more sense, probably.
I'd be like, and it'd probably be, like, 10 minutes, right? So it'd be, like,
the whole movie would be 10 minutes?
Exactly. It'd be, like, a little short film, basically, of, like,
They probably should have did that.
Of what happened in between, and then they should have just jumped to the next movie that they did. Instead of doing that whole movie and being like, yeah. Because the ending just made more sense to me than the whole friggin' movie. It was just...
The only thing I remember about the ending, and which I think we've talked about this before, that made us so angry, is when the great big ship was fucking just rolling there.
Oh, God.
Right?
Don't even get me started.
Who was it? Was it...
I don't remember. I don't remember the character. But...
It was the chick there that... Charlize Theron.
Okay.
And she was running.
Yep.
And
all you need to do. Word
of advice, people, if you're ever in this situation.
If you're ever
here's
in
what
this
you do.
Yes, if something is ever rolling towards you, and you're running full tilt straight ahead, and it's chasing after you, step to the friggin' side. Step.
Pick one.
Pick.
You have
Doesn't
two
matter.
choices.
Doesn't matter.
You can go to the right or you can go to the left.
As long as it's safe on both sides, you know. Sure.
Like,
Unless there's more rolling stuff on those sides too. Just, you know, even if there is, just go that way.
the fucking
Like,
side.
zigzag. Like, you'll make it out. Trust
Just
me.
do something.
Don't go straight.
No, that makes absolutely no sense. And a lot of movies do this.
Yeah.
And as soon as you see that, you're like,
it makes me hate.
yeah. Like
It makes me
start grinding my teeth. I'm so mad. But
because I like. I do like movies and everything, you know, obviously. I like movies.
enjoy the movies.
And I've done a bit of research on, like, you know, what it takes to make a movie and all that kind of stuff and everything like that. You know, like all the scripts, everyone that works on it, the PAs that work with it.
The gaffers.
Gaffers.
I remember the gaffers.
The lighting guys, the sound guys, everything like that. Everything that goes into it. And then not one person stopped to go, oh,
Hey guys, does this make sense?
this doesn't, should we not do that? Why are you doing it that way? I just, oh God.
Yeah, it infuriates me when I see that. And movies do it all the friggin' time. So how has no one clued into this?
I don't.
Were they like, oh, well, it's not going to make a movie now because you don't have that thrill of being chased by something that's going to squish you?
Yeah, I don't. They could have done it better where something else was chasing her to get her to the next location. They could have done it a better way of being like, rather than, okay, you just got to run like full tilt, go.
It's like they need that filler. But if that was me, and they're like, okay, this thing's going to chase you.
No, I'm not doing that.
I'd be like, well, why wouldn't I move to the right? And they'd be like, no, that doesn't make sense.
Why would you want to do that?
we need
It doesn't
this
get you
extra
there.
footage.
It's like,
no.
it's kind of frustrating to watch.
It absolutely is. Absolutely. It infuriates me that they're that dumb. But like Indiana Jones, it makes sense because you're in a tunnel. There's a boulder. You can't go wherever you want to.
That's a chase that I'm like, oh my God, he could get squished.
Absolutely.
Indy could die here, and then obviously he lives. But spoiler alert.
He doesn't die.
Spoiler alert, he lives.
No, it's absolutely. It takes the immersion out of it because you're like, Jesus.
It just makes me stop and go like, oh yeah, this is a movie, and it's.
Yep. It's like, that's dumb.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. But at the end of that movie, that's what the movie should have been. Cut everything else out.
Was the ending... Did they get on the ship and... I'm trying to...
They were... Okay, they were in the ship and I...
Because the android was there and doesn't she hook him up or something?
He gets... No. What happened? Oh, crap. Now I'm drawing a blank.
I know.
I'm thinking of the... Not so much like that part of the ending, because even that, I'm like, you don't need that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like afterward when you see like the... What do they call them? Prospectors? I want to say they're calling them the prospectors or something like that.
The big guys.
They're really tall, like bald, really like pale guys. They got like guys. Whatever. And they're all on a planet, and they're the creators basically. I think is what they kind of work out to be. So. Which
makes sense because if you've seen Covenant, it.
Oh yeah.
Kind of gives a little backstory, not much.
Yeah, which I think that was the whole thing of the movie though. Like it was them. Like that's what it leads you to believe, and that's what they should have stuck with, rather than it being like about this. I don't know.
The black goo.
Whoever the people were on the ship, I don't even know.
I hated Covenant because I don't know where they're trying to go with it. Because they're trying to make it a prequel to Aliens, like the Alien universe.
Covenant was a new one, right? That was like the new one.
Yeah, I did not like it. The only thing I liked about it
was the flute scene. No, didn't like the flute scene. That was so good.
It made me feel uncomfortable. Like, sure, they wanted to show off how they could film it, basically, and I had to talk myself into that. It's like, oh, they're just trying to show how they're doing the camera and how they got both of fucking...
Yeah, it's the filmmaker. It's the filmmaker, like, we have the technology to do this,
and they're showing
so we're gonna do it.
But
I think it's kind of cool. I like the scene at the aspect of like, wow, they can do that, and it looks like it looks real.
But why?
Why they chose to do
let me get my flute.
I don't know.
And let me play my flute with you. No, I couldn't do it. It made me feel so uncomfortable. I was like, why? Why not get fucking Picard in there playing his goddamn flute? It just didn't make sense. It kind of ruined it for me.
That whole part.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, aside from
dumb.
the flute part, what was the other part you were going to mention that you kind of...
the only part that the only thing I liked about the movie is something I probably shouldn't have, but Danny McBride, because I don't like him as an actor. I just don't like him as
that was Texas though, right?
Whatever, yeah.
Whatever his name was. The cowboy
Tennessee
dude.
or something.
Tennessee, that's what it was.
I don't like him as an actor. I just really...
Yeah.
I don't hate him, I just don't like him. Because he's supposed to be a comedic actor. So I was going into it, I'm like, ugh.
He's going to be funny.
Terrible. Yeah, they're going to try and joke.
But you actually kind of liked him in it.
He was more serious and kind of like he knew how to handle situations, I guess. And I'm like, all right, he was probably my favorite character out of it. But I didn't like the CG in it. I thought that was just absolutely terrible.
Yeah. When the alien burst out of the chest of the girl, maybe it was a guy, can't remember now, burst out of the chest of the guy in the ship or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That looked so fake, and I was just like, oh man.
And that brings us back to having CG in the newer movies. It didn't look right.
There's certain things that like when you do it practically, it's gonna look so much better.
Oh hell yeah.
And
absolutely.
I think
get a guy underneath him with a fucking puppet on their hands and like bust something out. Like it's gonna look better than if you do it right. It look better. You can't. I'm not gonna go in there and be like, hey,
here you go.
I can do this. No.
But there's certain things that they can definitely achieve with like it being a physical object than it being like a tennis ball and a stick.
No, absolutely.
And then chasing it and reacting to it.
No,
and
absolutely.
I don't know.
It just doesn't make it look right at all. I don't know. Like even when the little alien was running from the ship, you're like it was blowing up or whatever.
Yeah,
and
it just didn't look right. I don't know. I didn't believe a lot of the stuff that was kind of happening in that, and I was like, I don't really fear what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're like they're all gonna die.
The one part that I was like, oh crap, what's gonna happen? Was like the girl that was like in washing her hands or whatever, and the alien was like standing behind her, and I was like, oh damn.
He's like, fuck.
I was like, what's gonna happen? And then like she gets, spoiler alert, she gets beheaded.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. It was so out of tune of what it should have been, I guess. Really, like if you have basically there was no character development whatsoever for me, and they always kept going,
there wasn't
my wife, she's my wife.
You know what, I didn't figure out who his wife was until like halfway through the movie.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, I don't know who he's talking about.
They were trying to push it so much. They're literally trying to push it so much and be like, okay, we get it. You're with her, he's with you, whatever. Yeah,
I found when I was watching, I was too concerned about like all the stuff that was kind of going on with it. There was a lot of actors on the ship in the beginning. And I was like, okay, I was trying to figure out like who's who in the beginning, what's going on, and it was just there's too much going on. They could have cut down.
Oh, absolutely.
I think a lot of the storylines that were going on just in the beginning alone.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was terrible. I don't know where they're going with the series. They should just leave it as it is. I know people want more, but they literally cannot make it like they used to. You're just not going to have that same feel.
I think if they take a step back, and rethink some of the stuff that they've kind of done. You
know what? And we get about 10 minutes left before the camera has to be reset again. But really quickly, if they get input from hardcore fans on what they should kind of do, I think it would make it way better.
Yeah.
Way better. Like, if you sit someone down that has basically seen the movies a million times and they know how it's supposed to feel, I bet it's going to be 10 times better. Like, they really should get a bunch of fans in there doing it.
Well, there's something with like fans doing something, right? And then there's something with the actual like professionals doing it. Like, there's a certain like, you kind of need to know how to structure movies in a way.
Sure.
And if fans don't really understand that, because you can be a fan of something and like be really bad, you know, trying to turn it into a story that's going to last for like 2 hours, let's say, right? Like, it doesn't really work sometimes. But I get what you're saying. Like, have some fan input to it.
Yeah.
And have them decide certain...
Be like, hey, sit down and watch this. Tell me what you think. Like, in a private, like, watch this 10 minutes of footage that we just recorded or whatever, just shot.
Yeah.
Tell me if it's stupid or not.
Tell me how bad this is. And they'll... Yeah.
And I feel the same with a lot of the Resident Evil games and stuff. Like, and the movies. They really should have not did what they did. And made it terrible. But just having a little bit of outside input into it, I think probably
somebody with a little,
like, because when you're sitting there filming and recording something for years or months or days, you get set, like, have a set mind.
I think you kind of get tunnel vision.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because even with some of the stuff that I've recorded just for my own channel, watching it over and over and over and over again,
it's like, oh god,
you don't realize what you're doing sometimes. So when I have someone else watch it in the end, like the end result, they're like, that's really fucking stupid. So, but you don't realize that. You don't see that. So it makes sense to me to have fresh set of eyes, basically. Yeah. Watching it. So, but we should probably call our quits for this first episode.
We'll wrap it up.
Yeah. I mean, I think it went well.
Yeah, wasn't too bad.
No, it's
good first attempt.
Exactly. And I hope you guys enjoy it and come back for the next episode. We're probably going to cover a lot more movies and games.
Yeah.
Keep with the horror theme for October.
Yeah. Next one should be a Jason themed one.
Yeah, because it's going to end up coming out on Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
So we're going to do something special for this episode.
Trying to.
Yep, we're trying to get
fingers
something
crossed
that
that it's going to work.
It should be really cool. You guys should stick around and watch it. We'll try to upload this on YouTube as well as some different podcast sites.
Yeah. And this is set to be out on, what was the day that we
I believe October 6th. 6th or 7th, one, like, the first Friday in October
is when we want it, and I forget what day that's.
I'm pretty sure it was the 6th or 7th.
Okay.
But we set up a Twitter account for it, and it's the Once Over PC for podcast, not computers, because I ran out of space. So, if you want to join that, we'll have updates on when the next episode is going to come out for it, as well as different behind the scenes stuff, pictures, and
maybe some other stuff that we're going to be doing, hopefully.
Yeah. Absolutely. The YouTube channel is going to be, I'm pretty sure we set it to the Once Over. I think it's just the Once Over.
I believe so, yeah.
I'll do an update on Twitter for it. Get it out on the old social medias.
We'll link it with everything that we can
find. Yeah. We'll
make
get
sure
everything all set
it's accessible to everyone at least. So.
Definitely. Yeah. So stay tuned. October 6th / or 7th ?
Which would be
whatever day it's going to be.
Whatever day that. Well, I mean, that'll be when you're watching this anyway. So
yeah, that didn't make any sense. But just fucking watch it.
Hopefully you stayed till the end, and thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Cool. See ya.